Hello and a very warm welcome to Game On. It's a sports feast that's coming your way over the next half an hour. There's a lot on the menu, from a Surya special last night to a royal dinner tonight at the Delhi Darbar. I'm your host Neha Bhardwaj-Alter. Will there be another run fest at the Kotla? The average first innings score at this ground is 249 this season, and with big hitters in both Delhi Capitals and Rajasthan Royals, expect tonight's game to be a game where the ball is flying all over the park. Delhi's Jake Fraser-McGurk has impressed fans and critics alike with his incredible hitting prowess, but Rajasthan Royals have a bunch of big hitters in their ranks too, from Jaiswal to Butler to Shimron Hetmeyer to Rovman Powell to Dhruv Jurel. On paper, RR's bowling looks much better, but Delhi bowlers will have the home advantage of knowing the conditions well.
Delhi Capitals cannot afford a defeat as they host a rampaging Rajasthan Royals at the Firozshah Kotla Stadium in the national capital later today. All eyes will be on skipper Rishabh Pant for his killer instinct and Jake Fraser-McGurk for the unbelievable flair the young Aussie batter has displayed in his Indian Premier League debut season. The inconsistent Capitals have been languishing in the lower half of the table, with 5 wins and 6 defeats in their 11 games. Winning the remaining 3 games is a must for Pant and company. Even that will only take them to 16 points and might not be enough to ensure a playoff spurt. Rajasthan Royals, however, can become the first team to seal a last 4th berth with a win in Delhi today. The Royals have 16 points from 10 matches, same as Kolkata Knight Riders, who played 1 match more. Chennai Super Kings, Sunrisers Hyderabad and Lucknow Super Giants have identical 12 points each from 11 matches. On a flat Firozshah Kotla deck with shorter boundaries, DC bowlers face a tough test against Rajasthan's big hitters. Only DC's spin duo of Akshar Patel and Kuldeep Yadav have been able to rein in opposition batters to some extent. Akshar is the most economical, conceding just 7.24 runs for his 9 wickets in 11 matches. Kuldeep has bagged 12 in 8 matches at an economy of 8.45. However, pace is an area of concern for the Capitals. Even their most successful bowler, Mukesh Kumar, has given over 11 runs per over for his 13 wickets in 7 matches. South African veteran Anrich Nokia has been a big letdown, leaking over 13 runs per over. Local man Ishant Sharma and Khalil Ahmed will have to rise to the occasion. Khalil has taken 12 wickets while Ishant has been far from consistent except for a brilliant 2 for 8 against Gujarat Titans in Ahmedabad. Pant has displayed no signs of being away from competitive cricket for more than a year. The DC skipper, to his credit, has 380 runs with 3 impactful half-centuries in his kitty. He will have Aussie sensation Fraser-McGurk, who's been striking at 233 with an impressive 43-plus average. These 2 batters can individually change the complexion of a game. DC will be wary of the Royals' bowling attack, which will pose a very different challenge at the Kotla compared to the Savai Mansingh Stadium. Seasoned spinners Yuzvendra Chahal and Ravichandran Ashwin may not be easy to handle. Chahal has been in terrific form to earn an India call for the T20 World Cup next month. Ashwin, though, doesn't have impressive stats in the bowling column against his name this IPL. On his day, the veteran off spinner can give any batting side a run for their money. Punjab bowler Sandeep Sharma has delivered effectively in every situation of the game, taking 9 wickets in 5 matches with an impressive economy of 7.26. Avish Khan too has been consistent this IPL season. The last time the 2 teams met was in Jaipur in March, and DC then had lost control during the second half of their innings, with Rayan Parag playing a superb knock. Rayan, Joss Butler, skipper Sanju Samson, the dashing Yashasvi Jaiswal along with finishers Rovman Powell, Shimron Hetmeyer and Dhruv Jurel give Rajasthan Royals a dangerous look.
Right, let's look back at the match from last night. A stunning century by Suryakumar Yadav powered Mumbai Indians to victory over Sunrisers Hyderabad at the Wankhede Stadium yesterday. A result that moved off Mumbai off the 10th spot that they were on the points table to 9th and kept Sunrisers Hyderabad in the top 4, but not without serious questions over their approach. Chasing a target of 174, Mumbai got off to a flyer with 26 runs off the opening 9 balls, but then just 6 runs were scored off the next 19 balls as 3 wickets fell, including SRH skipper Pat Cummins dismissing Rohit Sharma for a 4th time in a wicket maiden over. That Mumbai recovered from 31 for 3 to win by 7 wickets with 16 balls to spare was thanks to a stunning innings from Suryakumar Yadav, who finished on 102 from 51 balls, having hit 12 fours and 6 sixes. The first of those came in the 6th over, bowled by Cummins, which cost 16 runs. Sky then struck Marco Jansen for 2 sixes and 2 fours in the following over to revive Mumbai's chase. His 50 came off just 30 balls, and the way Sky acknowledged the Wankhede fans, one got the feeling that he intended to give them more to cheer for before the match was done. Partnered by Tilak Verma, who made 37 not out of 32 balls, Sky did indeed finish the job at hand. He suffered from cramps as the heat and fatigue got to him, but just like Glenn Maxwell did at the same venue during the ODI World Cup, Sky picked himself off and ended the game in a flurry of boundaries. Cummins was smacked for 4, 4 and 6 to end the 17th over, and 2 deliveries later, Sky brought up his 100 with a 6 to end the match. The win keeps Mumbai Indians in with a chance of the IPL playoffs, though at 8 points from 12 matches, they remain 2 wins shy of that qualifying quartet in 9th, among which are SRH with 12 points. Early in the match, after being put into bat, Sunrisers Hyderabad struggled to build partnerships. Travis Head managed a swift 30-ball 48 and Cummins contributed an unbeaten 35 from 17 balls down the order. But overall, there was not enough conviction in Hyderabad's batting. Head was bowled off a no ball on 24 and dropped that third man on 44, both times off the debutant pacer Anshul Kamboj, but failed to cash in as he was soon caught at deep backward square leg of Piyush Chawla, who ended up taking 3 wickets. Hardik Pandya also put in his best performance with the ball, claiming 3 wickets as SRH slipped to 138 for 8. Cummins hit 37 at the death to give the visitors a potentially defendable total, but as it panned out, Sky was the limit for Cummins and Sunrisers Hyderabad. Now, this is what Cummins said after the loss. He said, and I quote, "Probably a couple shot at the Wankhede. You want as many as you can get. You always feel like you're in. The wicket had a little bit in it, so we were definitely in the game. I think Sanveer helped us to get that 170 instead of 150. Ideally, we'd have a bowler. It's T20 cricket and it doesn't always work out. Sky played really well. We like playing at home. We'll wait and see what's ahead for us. Hopefully, a few more fireworks." Now, his opposite number, Hardik Pandya, had this to say after the match. He said, "We want to focus on playing good cricket. Still think we gave 10 to 15 runs extra. The way our batters batted, that was excellent. It's unbelievable. The best past to Sky is that he puts the bowlers under pressure." And then he talks about Sky's performance, also says it's sheer confidence. His game has changed. He is one of the best batters. He can change a game in a different way. Lucky to have him in our side. Now, while Mumbai Indians will no doubt be thrilled to have Suryakumar Yadav back in such form as they aim to bow out of this IPL with some face-saving performances, what augurs well is the Mumbai Indian batters' performance, keeping in mind the T20 World Cup next month. Sky remains the top-ranked batter in the T20 format, despite not playing for India since December 14th of last year. And his role will be massive for Team India at the World Cup as they seek to put behind them the failures of the past 2 editions, as well as the heartbreak of the 2023 ODI World Cup final. Sky was out of action for several months on account of injury, and since returning to action for MI in this IPL, he has in 9 innings made it to second place on the team's run charts after missing 3 matches this season. The 33-year-old now has 334 runs at an average of 41.75 and a strike rate of almost 177. This has seen him score 350s to go with last night's century, and such batting form should be a good indicator of what kind of performances the fans can expect from Sky at the T20 World Cup. From the depths of 31 for 3 against SRH yesterday, Sky was in his element as he backed himself to pull off the full range of strokes we know him for. He got a 6 off Pat Cummins in the 6th over after the SRH skipper had bowled a wicket maiden to get rid of Rohit Sharma and then targeted Marco Jansen, which turned the tone of MI's chase and gave SRH reasons to worry. By the time Sky got to his 50 off 30 balls, the Wankhede fans were cheering as if they knew the result was a foregone conclusion. Such was the confidence with which Sky was batting in the middle. As the shots continued to fly into the stands, Sky started to cramp due to fatigue and required attention at one stage. But the showman that he is, he picked himself up, finished the chase with a flurry of boundaries. A full toss from N. Natarajan was whipped into the stands for a final 6 that finished the chase in the 18th over and gave Sky his century. This is Sky's 2nd century in a Mumbai Indians jersey and one that underlines how vital he is when in peak form as a finisher. Such form will be much awaited when Team India go to North America and the West Indies to contest the World Cup. Given that Sky's last appearance in international cricket saw him score a century of 56 balls, there will be countless Indian fans hoping that he marks his return to Team India with a similar knock. After the match, an exhausted Suryakumar Yadav spoke to the host broadcaster and had this to say: "I've done this after a long time. I fielded for 20 overs and batted for 18 overs. Only tired, nothing else to worry about. I feel it was the need of the hour for me. I went out to bat, needed someone to bat till the end. I just enjoyed my time. It's from the Mumbai School of Art. I've played a lot of cricket at Wankhede. When the ball stopped seaming, I played all my shots that I practice in the nets. I feel the intent would have been the same. I would have definitely played in the same pattern." Okay, with that, we're going to slip into a short break. But when we return, Hardik Pandya, he has hit some form, that and more on the other side.
You were the chosen one to direct Mr. Bachchan for his first endorsement, for his first appearance on the small screen.
It was a life-changing moment.
Have you been a rebel with a cause?
There was a sense of responsibility, there was a sense of frustration.
Are you worried about cancel culture?
You tell a story with a fierce psychosis, you're gonna spoil it anyway.
This and more. Streaming on News 9 Plus. Subscribe and get free vouchers.
For the very first time in our investigation, we unmasked the killer of Ravindra Matre.
In 5G, we have to stand with the world, and in 6G, we have to lead the world.
Winning a Grammy was an absolutely surreal experience.
Golf as a game, it is closest to the game that you call life.
You've got to use your mind. You cannot lose it.
The sharpest person is one who understands his limitations.
खुदी को कर बुलंद इतना कि खुदा बंदे से पूछे कि तेरी रजा क्या है.
You might have a bad break after a good shot, you might have a good break after a bad shot, but the fact remains, you got to play the ball from where it lies.
Watch Jeev Milkha Singh on Duologue with Barun Das, streaming on News 9 Plus.
Welcome back. Another vital Mumbai Indians player who can take some confidence out of last night's match is Hardik Pandya, who since returning to the 5-time IPL champions has endured plenty of hard times and several lows as captain and all-rounder. But against Sunrisers Hyderabad at the Wankhede, Pandya was the bowler in his elements. Now, bowling brisk medium pace. Pandya grabbed 3 wickets for 31 runs for his 4 overs, which are his best figures of the IPL so far. And Pandya's overall bowling numbers after yesterday's performance now show 11 wickets at an average of 29.91, each at an economy rate of 10.58. Far from ideal, but a lot better than they were a few days ago, and an indication that Pandya, the seamer, is heading into the right direction ahead of the World Cup. His dismissal of Nitish Reddy came off a sharp delivery that surprised the Sunrisers Hyderabad batter for pace and resulted in a mistimed pull shot that was taken in the cover region. Overall, Pandya changed his pace and hit good areas to keep the pressure on SRH around Piyush Chawla's 3 wickets. As a captain, Pandya also made pretty good decisions, looked at ease on the field. He backed the IPL debutant Anshul Kamboj inside the power plays, even though the seamer from Haryana overstepped to give Travis Head a reprieve. But the decision paid off as Kamboj soon bowled Mayank Agarwal. Working with 4 bowlers apart from himself, Pandya marshalled his troops well, and this ensured that SRH were kept to a total that MI could chase down. Now, India gets its first ever hybrid pitch. The picturesque HPCA Stadium at Dharamshala has now become India's first ground to have a hybrid cricket pitch. What does that mean? Well, it combines natural turf with synthetic fibers. The technology ensures an enhanced durability and consistent playability. It reduces the strain on the ground staff to maintain good playing conditions. Additionally, the use of advanced technology like the SIS air system, which aerates the roots, further enhances the pitch's quality. The system is crucial for maintaining the health and resilience of the pitch, thereby offering players safer and better playing conditions. This technology aligns with the ICC's recent sanctioning of hybrid pitches for T20 and one-day international matches, with plans to expand their use in 4-day county championships starting this year. Former HPCA president and IPL chairman Arun Dhumal says that with the installation of this new technology, a game at Dharamshala would be resumed within 10 minutes after the rain has stopped.
Use everyone to the technology that we have used at HPCA. As you would have noticed, there were many World Cup games in Dharamshala, and post that we had a test match. Then we have our domestic games. So there is a lot of pressure on all these wickets. So the idea of using technology is to give all our players the best practice facility in terms of pitch experience. So now that we have done what with regard to the outfield, even despite of maximum rains that we have had in Dharamshala, so this ground is going to be ready for a match within 10-15 minutes as soon as the rain is over. So now with this technology, we've improvised on the quality of wickets. The practice wickets has been introduced with this new technology that has been introduced by Cis Grass. So we put 5% fiber in the wickets so that the binding of the soil is much better and the quality of grass is much better for the practice. So that was at display, you would have noticed that. And the natural fiber is always cut a little less than the natural fiber. So if you have a wicket grass of 5 mm, that fiber would be cut at 4 mm. So you can't make out the difference. It looks as if it's just the natural grass, but it gives you the better quality of wicket.
So you can see, if you come in close, you can see the beige fibres that are stitched in a 20mm by 20mm grid pattern across the whole pitch. That's the full width and the full length. The fibre you can see in this bare area here, you can see the fibres exposed, but if you move over into this area here where you've got a good covering of grass, you can hardly see the fibres. And the fibre always sits underneath the blade of grass, so it's always cut at least 1 or 2 millimetres shorter than the natural cutting height of a pitch. So it's always been below the grass plant.
So the surface is more durable, so it's mainly being used at the moment for practice sessions, so the pitches will last a lot longer. They'll last up to 3 times the amount that an ordinary pitch would last. So from a practice perspective, it works a lot better. The grass plant, the fibres help protect the grass plant, and it encourages healthier grass as well. So basically the profile of the pitch is massively improved. Hopefully, yes. We've got a couple of projects that are planned for Ahmedabad and Mumbai. They will take place after the IPL is finished. Yeah, this project's lined up, and obviously we're looking to take it farther and wider and develop the product in different environments across India.
Okay, with that, we're going to slip into another break. But how green will the Paris Games be? We'll tell you after this break.
luxury is now becoming a need rather than something that you aspire to be. So that is adding a lot of fuel. Obviously, government has played a vital role in it.
In a city like Mumbai, a luxury home may be something upwards of rupees 10 crores. In city like Delhi, again maybe something upwards of 8-9 crores. But in Bangalore, we typically define a luxury home anything which is upwards of about 3 crores.
It's a combination of increased wealth, availability of more luxurious homes, and simultaneously the overall economy doing better.
This and more. Streaming on News 9 Plus. News is now content. Subscribe and get free vouchers.
A defiant performance by Ten Hag's men. Now standing at 7 feet 4 inches, Satnam Singh is making his way into professional wrestling.
We are getting more good news for India.
Welcome back. Now, Paris 2024 is set to be the greenest games yet. But will initiatives like recycled plastic stadium seats and accommodation sans air conditioning, will that be enough to hit the organizers' climate goals? And can an event such as the Olympics ever really call itself sustainable? Watch this story for more.
The Paris Olympics are billed as the greenest games yet. It's a big claim from the organisers. But alongside an event-wide ban on single-use plastic, what are the other green promises? And is the French capital really going to be able to deliver on them all?
Is it even possible to have sustainable Olympics?
So far, we've seen a host of green initiatives, including 11,000 stadium seats made from recycled plastic, a promise that a quarter of the athletes' food will be produced less than 155 miles from the place of competition, a pledge to double the amount of plant-based food on offer, and an additional 3,000 pay-as-you-go bikes for spectators to get around. Paris organisers aim to halve the carbon footprint of the Games compared with the Rio 2016 and the London 2012 Summer Games. That 1.6 million metric tonnes of carbon dioxide produced over the course of only a few weeks is a significant amount, say experts like Martin Müller from the University of Lausanne.
And that's roughly the annual carbon budget of a city of 1 million people for 2050. You can see this as an equivalent. You could run a city for a year, or you could host the Olympic Games. And so the 1.6 million, on the one hand, it's a significant improvement from previous Olympic Games. On the other hand, it's still a long way to go to actually get to where we need to get.
Müller and his team analysed the environmental impact of previous Olympic Games, systematically evaluating their sustainability credentials. His research cites experts who say mega events like the Olympics pay mere lip service to sustainability.
Sometimes foreground actions that look very spectacular and very cool, but that actually don't make a big difference in the larger picture. And I think this simply shows also that the Olympic Games have this strong visibility where you need to look good. But sometimes if you start scratching at the surface, you find that actually, well, there's not much behind, or there's little structural change. And this is what we need, actually, long-term structural change.
Construction is one of the major ways in which the Olympics produces emissions. 95% of Paris 2024 is being hosted in existing buildings or temporary infrastructure. Paris Mayor Anne Hidalgo built the athletes' village with a cooling system, drawing water from underground, and no aircon.
What matters to me beyond the Games and the period of the Games is that these buildings, these apartments, will become a neighborhood where residents of Ile Saint-Denis, Saint-Ouen and Saint-Denis will live in these new buildings and that they won't need air conditioning.
Go also says that hosting the Games has enabled the city to make faster strides towards its longer-term green goals.
Over 265,000 people across 169 countries took part in the 11th edition of the Wings for Life World Run on Sunday. United by the motto, running for those who can't, runners, walkers and wheelchair users gathered at one of 345 starting points across the globe and participated individually using the Wings for Life World Run app in what former British Olympian Colin Jackson described as the largest running event in the world. Participants, they covered an average distance of 11.5 kilometers each, with Japan's Tomoya Watanabe setting a new event record by reaching 70.09 kilometers as the men's winner, while Dominika Stelmark of Poland ran 55.02 kilometers to claim the women's title.
I'm running for those who can't. It's exciting to see that 250,000 people have joined and are participating for the cause.
Do you know, the 11th edition is so exciting to us. Why? Yet again, we've set more benchmarks, we've improved. We're on 250,000 people running for this amazing cause. I mean, for me, that message is so powerful, and that's going to resonate across the world. We are the biggest running event ever.
Well, that's it then on this edition of Game On. Hope you enjoyed it. Goodbye. Thanks for watching.
जानना है तो देखिए, समझना है तो सुनिए, सीखना है तो पूछिए और कमाना है तो खरीदिए। जानकारी, सलाह और निवेश सब एक ही सुपर ऐप पर। पैसे का सवाल है तो जवाब है मनी9। आजादी पैसे की, अभी डाउनलोड करें।
It's probably the best kept secret in India.
Family-owned business, which has been extremely clinical in their approach. They have not hesitated ever to kill their darlings.
Typical to a South Indian business empire, I think they've shunned the limelight almost deliberately.
There's a new video around what deepfake can do.
We have seen a trailer of this a few days back.
Donors should not be only on the platform.
We'll have to wait and see how those play out.
Hindenburg's report cannot be taken as gospel of truth.
Film and entertainment is definitely one of the levers for any country to build its brand.
We are getting global. I feel that we're just on the takeoff.
More and more films are becoming language agnostic.
Content is a universal language.
There's one audience in the world.
Absolutely. End of the day, we all are like brothers who have mutual respect for each other from a different land.
Watch Allu Arjun on Duologue with Varun Das. Streaming on News 9+.
How do you fulfill that promise? Because ultimately expectations have to be met. If you look at the political landscape, is it really changing for women? And what is the inability of the forces that dead bodies surface, but not the living people?
I try and convert almost everything in a kind of a mathematical formula.
You should always stretch more than you can reach.
Listening is very important.
Because if you don't listen, how would you know what the problem is?
Everybody who's working in and around me, their personal well-being is also a responsibility that I carry.
Great leaders have shared vision.
This and more. Streaming on News 9+. Subscribe and get free vouchers.
India's ever-evolving urban landscape is witnessing a new revolution. and this one comes on 4 wheels.
The affluence has been growing. Cars are becoming more a reflection of what you are.